the speed of technological change right now.
Yeah.
Wow. It's moving faster than I think many of us could have imagined.
Yeah, even just a short while ago.
Exactly. And for anyone trying to lead an organization or honestly just figure out their own career path, it throws up this huge question. How do you possibly keep up? How do you make sure you and your teams are actually, ready for whatever's coming next?
It's more than just keeping pace now, isn't it? It's really about proactively getting ready for a landscape that's just fundamentally shifting. The urgency feels pretty real.
Absolutely. And that intense speed, that challenge of preparation, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Good stuff.
We're going to unpack the key insights from one particular source. It's an article by Jay Tillotson on Techshift. The title is Upskilling for the Future, Certifications and Skills That Matter. And our goal here for this deep dive is really to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge this article offers, helping you understand which skills, which certifications it flags as genuinely crucial for the future workforce, particularly in IT.
Right.
Think of it like a shortcut, maybe, to getting informed on navigating this landscape based purely on what Jay Tillotson is saying here.
And the article dives right in, doesn't it? It pushes back pretty quickly against some of those tempting but maybe not so great reactions to all this change.
Yeah, it does. It talks about those quick fixes leaders might think about when they see a skills gap appearing.
Like what?
Like, okay, tech's changing, we need new skills.
No.
Maybe we just outsource this.
The easy button.
Or maybe even the more drastic thought, looking at people with older, maybe legacy skills and thinking, well, maybe we just let them go.
Yeah.
Hire new people who already know the latest stuff.
Right. And the author argues those approaches are, well, pretty problematic long-term. Well, they might seem like a solution now, but they come at a real cost. You risk losing incredibly valuable institutional knowledge.
The deep understanding of how your place actually works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which often lives with your experienced people. Plus, it can really damage your company culture.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it definitely makes you less agile if you're constantly churning through staff instead of, developing the people you have.
That makes a ton of sense. You lose the history, the context, maybe even trust.
Yeah.
So if those aren't the answers, what does the article put forward as the sustainable alternative?
Upskilling. That's its central argument, and it's framed as really empowering.
Okay.
It's positioned as the strategic way forward. Instead of seeing your current talent as potentially becoming obsolete, you invest in them.
Right.
This lets companies keep good people, build on the strengths they already have, and really cultivate a workforce that feels invested because they're actively part of building the future.
So it reframes your team from a potential problem to your biggest asset in all this change.
Precisely. Your single biggest asset in this digital economy.
I like that framing. It's turning a challenge into an opportunity through investment. And the article's clear. This isn't just like a nice HR thing. It's a business necessity.
Oh, absolutely. It really hammers home why this is so critical right now. The speed of the digital economy means skills are just evolving incredibly fast.
How fast?
Well, the article cites this pretty striking World Economic Forum estimate by the end of 2025, and that's coming up really quick.
Yeah, nice.
A staggering 50% of all employees globally will need some kind of reskilling or upskilling.
50%, half the entire workforce. Wow. That number alone just it paints a picture.
It really does. And for IT leaders, the article suggests the pressure is even higher.
What is that?
It points to a widening skills gap, really fierce competition for the talent that is out there, and that constant risk of technical skills just becoming obsolete faster than ever.
So from this source's viewpoint, upskilling isn't just important,
it's business critical.
Yeah.
Essential for growth, for innovation, and for building that organizational resilience you need.
Okay, so it's a strategic imperative. Got it. But what about the results, the actual tangible benefits? What does the article say organizations can actually expect if they invest in upskilling?
Jay Tillotson lists several key outcomes. First off, you see increased productivity and efficiency.
Makes sense.
Upskilled employees are just better equipped to handle the more complex technical challenges that are becoming the norm.
So they're more capable, less likely to get stuck.
Exactly. It also acts as a really major boost for talent attraction and retention.
Oh, okay. How so?
Well, companies that are known for investing in their people's growth, they become magnets for top talent.
Right.
And they tend to keep people longer because employees feel valued, they see clear paths for their own development right there within the company.
But that's huge, especially in tech, where everyone's fighting for good people.
It absolutely is. Another benefit the article highlights is improved innovation and agility, meaning a highly skilled workforce that's always learning is naturally more adaptable. They're better placed to spot new opportunities, integrate new tech, pivot faster when the market shifts.
They're not stuck in old ways of doing things.
Precisely. And maybe most directly, it helps tackle that skills gap we were just talking about.
Ah, right. Closing the gap internally.
Yes. The article argues that upskilling your existing team is often way more effective and more sustainable than just trying to constantly hire externally, which is, expensive and difficult anyway.
Okay, so upskilling is the strategy. Now, the article also talks about how people actually, prove they have these new skills. It brings up technical certifications, calls them the currency of credibility.
Yeah, I like that phrase from the source, currency of credibility. It really sums it up.
What does it mean in practice?
The article sees these certifications as powerful differentiators. For an individual, getting certified validates their expertise in a specific area. It can definitely speed up career opportunities.
And for the company?
For the organization, having certified people signals a serious commitment to technical excellence. It shows capability.
And the article connects this to actual business value, measurable value.
It does. It cites some data suggesting certified professionals contribute significantly more value annually. Something like over $30,000 more per person in productivity and expertise.
30,000, wow.
Yeah. And they also contribute to reducing system downtime, improving project success rates. So according to this source, certifications aren't just a line on a resume, they have a tangible, positive business impact.
Okay, that's where it gets really interesting. If they offer that kind of value, what specific certifications does the article call out? Which ones are particularly important for, say, 2025 and beyond?
Jay Tillotson highlights several key ones. He points to the AWS Certified Security Specialty.
Okay, AWS security. Why that one?
Its importance lies improving expertise in cloud-native security and risk management, specifically within the Amazon ecosystem.
Makes sense given AWS's dominance. What else?
The Google Cloud Professional Cloud Architect certification is another one flagged.
Google Cloud Architect.
Right. Its strategic value is for people designing and managing robust, scalable infrastructure, and importantly, often in multi-cloud setups.
Ah, so not just knowing one cloud, but architecting across potentially several different platforms.
Exactly. That multi-cloud angle is key. He also brings up CISSP.
Certified Information Systems Security Professional. That's a big one.
A really big one. Crucial for people in enterprise security leadership roles, it covers a really broad range of security principles and practices.
And any others.
Yes, significantly, the CDPSE Certified Data Privacy Solutions Engineer, this one is identified as increasingly vital.
Data Privacy Solutions Engineer. Why is that one gaining ground?
It validates expertise in privacy engineering, actually building privacy into systems, and understanding complex regulations like GDPR in Europe or CCPA in California.
So privacy is moving from just being a legal checkbox to a core technical engineering skill. That feels like a big shift.
It absolutely is, and the article reflects that. These certifications, the way the author frames them, they're like gateways. Gateways to proving you've mastered areas critical for modern business, deep security, complex cloud architecture, and essential data privacy.
But the article also stresses that, okay, certifications are valuable proof, but the real driver is the underlying skill itself, right? It goes beyond just the badge.
Right, exactly. It transitions pretty smoothly into highlighting 6 key skill areas that are in high demand. These reflect some really powerful trends shaping the industry right now.
Okay, let's dig into those 6 areas. What's the first essential skill area Jay Tillotson lists?
He starts with cloud computing and multi-cloud management.
We touched on that with the certs.
Yeah, and it's foundational now. But this skill area, it's not just basic use. It's about designing, deploying, securing, optimizing cloud environments,
Right.
and critically managing across different platforms, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, maybe all at the same time.
So real depth needed.
Real depth and skills around things like serverless architectures.
Where you run code without managing servers.
Exactly. And Kubernetes for managing containerized applications automatically. Even cloud cost optimization, making sure you're not overspending, that's called out as really valuable.
Okay, deep cloud expertise, multi-platform navigation. What's next?
Cybersecurity and privacy. Again, building on the certs. The article stresses that with threats getting more sophisticated, Stronger security skills are just non-negotiable.
What kind of skills specifically?
Things like implementing zero trust architecture.
Which is basically trust no one, verify everything.
Pretty much, yeah. Building defenses against ransomware, obviously huge right now. Effective incident response. And like we saw with the CDPSE cert, the article emphasizes that privacy expertise understanding and implementing GDPR, CCPA, is now a must-have skill, not just nice to have.
So privacy isn't just for lawyers anymore. It's a tech problem to solve.
Precisely. It needs technical solutions. Third on the list, artificial intelligence and machine learning.
AI and ML. Everywhere now.
Transforming industries, absolutely. And the article points out it's not just about using AI tools. It's about understanding how they work.
Like under the hood.
Yeah, training models, optimizing algorithms, and importantly, ethical and explainable AI XAI, understanding why the AI made a certain decision.
That explainability piece feels crucial for trust.
Hugely important. And specific skills in areas like natural language processing, NLP, computer vision, integrating AI with IoT devices. Demand is soaring there.
So going beyond just using AI to actually building and understanding the intelligence, what about the data that fuels all this?
That leads straight to number 4, data analytics and business intelligence.
Turning data into decisions.
Exactly. The article kind of echoes that data is the new oil idea, but adds, look, it's only valuable if you can refine it, turn it into actual insights.
What skills are needed there?
Key skills involve data engineering, getting the data ready, performing complex analytics, and creating clear visualizations. Tools like Python, R, Power BI, Tableau get mentioned. It's all about translating raw data into something the business can act on.
Making sense of the noise.
Yeah.
Got it. Number 5.
Automation and RPA, robotic process automation.
Efficiency drivers.
Big time. The focus here is driving efficiency at scale. So yes, RPA for automating repetitive tasks, but also workflow orchestration, using AI-powered automation for more complex processes. The demand is really high for people who can design and implement these automation solutions end to end.
Taking the robotic work off people's plates so they can focus on higher value stuff.
That's the idea. It frees up human talent. Okay, and the final skill area.
Number 6.
This one's crucial, arguably one of the most critical according to the article. Leadership, communication, and business acumen.
Ah, the soft skills. But they're not really soft, are they?
Not at all. The article really emphasizes that pure technical skill isn't enough to drive real change and value.
What does it mean by that blend?
It means blending that deep tech expertise with strategic thinking, really understanding the business needs, having strong emotional intelligence, being able to translate complex tech talk into clear business value for people who aren't technical.
Yeah, that's a skill in itself.
A huge one. Fostering collaboration across different teams, navigating the organization to actually get things done. That's what distinguishes real leaders in this digital age, according to the source.
That's a powerful point. The human and strategic elements are like force multipliers for the tech skills.
Yeah.
So for leaders listening, decision makers, what practical advice does the article give for actually doing this, implementing upskilling?
It offers several practical steps. First, do a thorough skills gap analysis. Really understand where your organization stands versus these future needs.
Know what your holes are.
Exactly. Then move towards personalized learning paths. Recognize that one size fits all doesn't really work.
Right.
It also suggests using a mix of learning formats, online courses, sure, but also formal certs, hands-on workshops, mentorship. Variety is key.
Makes sense.
And a really crucial piece is creating a culture that actually encourages and incentivizes continuous learning.
How?
Maybe building it into performance reviews, offering real rewards for getting certifications, making it clear that learning is part of the job.
Not just something extra you do on your own time.
Exactly. And finally, the article stresses, measure the impact. Make sure your upskilling efforts are actually delivering tangible value and ROI for the business.
Good advice. And the article doesn't just talk strategy. It gives some real-world examples, right? Companies that did this.
It does. It mentions CNA Mutual Group. They did something pretty bold. They actually paused their cloud team's project work for 90 days.
90 days just for training.
Just to focus purely on cloud-native upskilling. Investing that dedicated time let them retrain their existing staff, transform how they operated, and build a really high-performing, future-ready team.
Wow, that's a commitment.
It is. IBM's New Collar Jobs initiative is another example cited. They focused on hiring based on skills and competencies, not just traditional degrees. That helped them find talent in new tech fields.
Skills over degrees. Interesting.
And Ericsson gets mentioned for making a big investment in data analytics training across their workforce, empowering them with data-driven decision skills.
Those are great examples. They show it's not just theory. Companies are seeing real benefits from this.
Yeah, they illustrate the concrete results you can get with a proactive upskilling strategy.
Which really brings us back to that critical question Jay Tillotson poses at the end of the article. He asks decision makers, are we proactively investing in the certifications and skills that will define our industry's future, or are we simply reacting to today's challenges?
That question just cuts right to the core of it, doesn't it?
It really does.
If you're only focused on fixing today's problems, you're already falling behind. The companies that are set up to win are the ones looking ahead, anticipating what's next.
And deliberately investing in these high-impact skills and certs.
Right, and fostering that culture of continuous learning, empowering their people not just to keep up, but actually drive innovation and build resilience for whatever comes next.
Well, that was a fantastic deep dive into this source. It really lays out a clear perspective based on Jay Tillotson's analysis on where organizations and individuals, too, should probably be focusing their efforts.
It definitely provides a very actionable roadmap based on his view of where tech is heading.
So let's try to wrap this up. The core takeaway from this deep dive, drawing purely from this article, upskilling. It's not just a buzzword or an HR program.
No.
According to this source, it is an absolute strategic necessity for any organization wanting to succeed, wanting to stay competitive in this incredibly fast digital age.
Yeah, the article makes a really powerful case. It says that proactively investing in these specific high-impact certifications, cultivating these crucial skill areas, advanced cloud, robust cyber and privacy, building and understanding AI, turning data into insight, using automation wisely.
And blending it all with leadership and business sense.
Right. Doing all that isn't just beneficial. It's how organizations build resilience, spark innovation, and basically ensure they have a future, ensure growth.
Yeah. As the author puts it, the future belongs to those who prepare today. And this deep dive, hopefully, has shown you what this particular article highlights as those critical areas to focus on right now.
It gives a very sharp focus on the competencies seen as most vital for the next few years, at least according to this analysis.
Which leaves us with maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over, building on everything this source covered. If this relentless pace of tech change really is the new normal,
which it seems to be,
how does acquiring and maintaining these key skills and certifications stop being a one-off task, like a project you finish, and instead become a continuous embedded part of how you operate, how your organization thinks and works every single day?